So what's going on here is your ex-husband has custody of you guys' biological daughter,
Hmm.
and he has said stuff like, um, "Delusional is Diamond when I beat her. Hey, when I beat her ass." And then he also says she will die with a D in her mouth like a hoe.
Hmm.
Diamond, the hoe prostitute. And
Yeah.
are you saying that that's what your ex-husband is saying about your daughter?
Yes.
What's Danny's phone number?
I have to look. Get him Danny phone number.
I don't have his phone number.
I have his phone number in my name in my phone, but his name is Danny Mosby,
Mm-mm.
and he's
Give me his phone number. I'm calling him right now. If I asked him why do you want custody of this child, what do you think he would tell me?
he'll come up with all type of
Well,
lies,
give me
and
one.
then one lie they try to come up with. They try to say,
Now I'm gonna talk to the fella. What's going on, man? This guy's got your daughter, man. Why are you not handling this situation and making sure that he knows to never ever say anything like that?
What's up, YouTube? I just want to shout out all the members, all the subscribers, and all the supporters. Everybody who shouts me out in the street, I appreciate y'all. It keeps me charged up. Now back to the content.
What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with the special. So, guys, I had to do this one. Recently on a lot of my videos, I've been confronted with, kids in some way or another being in harm's way, which I don't condone, I don't allow for, and I don't support in any kind of way. And so we actually have a person here, this young lady who we did an interview about 3 months ago, and there was no audio. So we did this whole like 40-minute interview, and it turns out that there was no audio. I was upset, it was frustrating, but we just kind of let it wash away. And then you hit me up, I think it was last night, basically saying, "Hey, there's an update to the situation." So just to give the audience, just kind of catch them up. So the long and short of it, you're having a custody situation. How old is Diamond?
she's 3.
So you've got a custody situation with your 3-year-old baby girl who, you're sitting next to the father, the biological father right now, but the person that actually has custody is your ex-husband.
Hmm.
And so he has custody, and you sent me messages that seem like they are from him that
Hmm.
basically are completely disgusting messages. So I'm going to do me a favor. I'm gonna
Hmm.
hold on real quick. I'm gonna pause. All right, let's see. All right, so just to let the audience know. So what's going on here is your ex-husband has custody of you guys' biological daughter,
Hmm.
and he has said stuff like, um, "Delusional is Diamond when I beat her. Hey, when I beat her ass." And then he also says she will die with a D in her mouth like a hoe.
Hmm.
Diamond, the hoe prostitute. And
Yeah.
are you saying that that's what your ex-husband is saying about your daughter?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's start from the beginning. So first and foremost, how many kids do you have?
I have 3.
Three. And how old?
My oldest is 21, and then he's a boy, and then my I have an older daughter. She is 20, and then the baby, she's 3.
How old are you?
I'm 41. I just don't look my
I
age.
was about to say. Show me where the
I'll be
fountain of youth
42
is.
this year.
Show me where the
Yeah.
fountain of youth is. We're the same age. So awesome for you. You look great. You look great. But okay, so 21, 20, and then this 3-year-old. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mhm.
Okay. So obviously the two kids are older, as far as the 3-year-old, you had the 3-year-old with this gentleman that's sitting right here next to you.
Yes.
Okay. And when you had the 3-year-old, when I guess you guys broke up when you was pregnant.
With who? Him?
You and the biological father sitting next to
Yeah, I broke up with him when I was pregnant.
you. Okay. And then you ended up getting with this other guy who you ended up marrying.
Yeah, because we was off and on for some years, and we went to high school together.
So
Yeah,
this was
so
like your high school sweetheart type deal?
I was to him, but in high school I did not like him because he used to get bullied, and then he was a punk, so I didn't like him.
So what made you like him in the adult age?
I still didn't like him when we was older because like he used to give me his number and I used to throw it on the floor.
Well, I
I used to
get it,
get
but you
stuff.
ended up marrying him. So what changed at what point?
I was on my deathbed and we had an off and on relationship or whatever. Then he knew that I was pregnant or whatever, and I went through so much things when I was pregnant. And then like he was
What
like,
type of stuff did you go through when you was pregnant?
uh my health started declining. I had like shortness of breath. Uh I used to almost fall out
Okay,
and different.
so the long and short of it, because I just want to make sure that we get to the meat and potatoes. So the long and short of it is that this was a guy that was, I guess, trying to pursue you for a long time, and you didn't give him a chance until you was on your deathbed.
I dated him on and off before that, but
Okay, so
then
you had dated him before, giving him a chance. Okay, I get it, I get it. So when things that got critical, y'all, and you was on your deathbed, y'all got married,
mm-hmm,
and you was pregnant at this point.
yes,
Okay, and he married you, and so how long did the marriage stay intact before it was, not good or whatever?
only uh only like only till my daughter was she was 2 months when I stopped totally dealing with him.
Okay, so it was a fairly short marriage as far as intact.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And so how did he end up with custody of your daughter that he's not the biological child of?
What he say? It's
He broke up.
your sound keep going in and out.
Okay. How did he become how did he become or how did he get custody of your daughter who he's not the biological father of?
Oh, we was going to court and they knew everything that he was doing, and they also knew that he wasn't her biological father, and they didn't
So when you
care.
say they knew everything that he was doing, what are you referring to?
Oh, what he say?
He
You
broke up.
said when you say everything that he was doing, what are you talking about? You say they knew everything he was doing.
Want you to explain.
Yeah, I submitted like those text messages and stuff. I collected like a year and a half of him threatening my daughter, whatever. Um,
Well, right, but no. Before we get there, how did he get custody of your daughter?
the courts gave him custody of my child
Why?
because they said when I went to a DV shelter and my daughter had an organization that used to come in since she was a baby, and it was called First Steps. And the GAL that was on the case, she was racist and she just had a grudge or whatever, I guess, against black women because she didn't act like that towards black men. And um whatever. So when those services stop, because when you go in the DV shelter, you're not supposed to tell anyone where you at. They don't let anybody in whatsoever. So I had a social worker also. She told me that it would be in my best interest to go to a DV shelter because he was stalking, threatening my daughter life and different things like those text messages. I kept getting the stuff, kept on getting or whatever. So she was like, they'll help you legally, this and that stuff, if you go to a DV shelter. That was my first time going to a DV shelter. So I took the advice and went. And the GAL, she said that since I went to a shelter and those services stopped, she said that was enough for them to give him physical sole custody of my child.
Hmm. Tell you what, man, the system can be wild sometimes because the whole reason that you had to go to a DV shelter was to get away from him, right?
Yeah.
And so, why did those services stop again? The whatever the services is that you needed to continue to be able to keep
First,
custody.
yeah, first steps. It's a program that a parent could sign their kids up for if they want to make sure they meet all their milestones or whatever. And I signed my daughter up for it because she was a preemie. She was in a NICU, everything. I was in the hospital for literally 2 months, and I had to learn how to walk again and everything else. And my health was bad. That's why I was on my deathbed, everything. And I almost died having her, and she almost died also.
Okay, so the point though is, why did those services have to stop?
Yeah, they stopped before I went to the DV shelter because the people they used to come in like the social worker, the speech therapy, the dietitian, all those, they said that they did not feel safe coming to my home anymore because the stalking and different things he was doing. He even sent gang members and stuff to my house.
Well, did you tell them that, or did they find that out on their own?
Um, I told them, and then they saw like the text messages and everything also.
Right. So you sent them the text message. I'm just trying to, mine everything out. So the long and short of it is, just looking back on it, had you not told them about that stuff or sent them that information, then they would have had no reason to stop coming to your house.
Mm, Probably not.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it, I'm gonna keep it in the middle of the road, to make
Yeah.
sure that we can mine out everything that's going on here, because that's a crucial point. If you want to send them that information, those services want to stop. But even still, so when they wouldn't come to the house anymore, what did that have to do with what was going on at the shelter? You said you had went. I want to make the story make sense now. Let's get the timeline correct,
Yeah.
okay? Don't try to just make it sound good.
Yeah.
So because you say the services stopped when you was at the shelter, right?
They stopped before I entered the shelter, but then it definitely stopped when I was there because they don't allow outside people into the shelters for safety reasons.
Okay. Not even social workers and things like that.
No, but we had people that they brought in like therapists, and we used to have group meetings and stuff like that. But
Well,
besides that,
right. I'm trying to figure out about your daughter's situation. So that's what I'm saying. Like, because something to me is just sounds a little bit off, right? So because if you showed them the information as far as the threats and everything else, okay, and
mhm,
they stopped coming because of those threats, you couldn't present that to the court.
I did present that to the court. They didn't care.
Okay, so right now we'll go with the idea that the court system may be, a little bit screwy. We'll go with that idea for now, okay? So because ultimately it doesn't matter if the court, system is screwy or if you did whatever you did to lose your child. The bottom line is that he's got the kid now, and he sent those messages saying that she will have a dick in her mouth, right?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
still,
So hold on.
even when
Go ahead.
courts,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
even when the courts gave him custody of my child, I never relinquished or physically gave her to him. I refused to, and they try to charge me with interfering with custody.
I get it. I get it. I get it. And that's legally what they had the right to do. So I understand. I understand. Okay. So basically you was just digging yourself into a hole, and so that when they eventually did give over custody, they probably wasn't trying to hear too much of what you had to say.
No, I wasn't digging myself in the hole. I was protecting my child,
Well,
and
what
then
I'm hold on
I
now.
wasn't.
Hold on. I'm talking about legally. And we're talking about as things relate to this particular case. And so I'm on your side and I understand what you were doing. but I'm trying to put it together for the audience. What's going on?
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, all right. So we have that up to this point. So that's how, she ended up in his custody. Um, if I asked him, why do you want custody of this child? What do you think he would tell me?
He'll come up with all type of lies,
Well, give me
and
one.
then one lie they try to come up with. They try to say my child was neglected by me. They try to say that she was
Malnutrition,
malnutrition, and they try to say she was
underweight.
under. That's the same thing. They try to say that she wasn't smart, like she wasn't meeting her milestones when she actually was. She was beyond her milestones. And then like this stuff that Danny and his girlfriend would say. But they said this when they had to physically kidnap my daughter from my son. That's how they got her.
Okay, yeah, that's in this message right here. Okay, so basically she called pretending to be a lawyer or something like that,
Yeah.
and said something about having to get a DNA test, and kind of ended up tricking you guys basically.
Yeah, she tricked my son.
Okay, wait. I thought so. It's not two older daughters that you have. It's a son and a
No,
daughter.
I have an older son and a daughter.
Okay, got you. Okay. So now I'm gonna talk to the fella. So what's going on, man?
Yeah, it's just a whole lot of stuff going on, to be honest. I'm just trying to find the best resolution for it,
So
for real.
real quick, so how old are you?
You said, how old am I?
Yes,
38.
38. Okay, so we're all in the same, generation. We all are around the same age. How old is
Right.
this fella that you got? I guess the fella is around the same age as you, right, miss? Because y'all went to high school together?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how many kids do you have? And what's your name, brother?
All right, I hear you.
What's your name?
Shine.
Shine?
Yes.
Okay. How many kids do you have?
Too
Uh,
many. Too many.
Hey, if you got to
uh,
respond like that, man.
And he got
I got 7.
7? Hey,
Yes.
be fruitful, multiply. How many different
Yeah.
moms?
Just 3.
3. Okay. And so this is the only one that you have with her?
Yes.
All right. Is this your youngest child?
I hear you.
Is this your youngest child?
Second youngest.
Second youngest. Okay. So you went back to one of the baby moms, is what I'm hearing? Or do you have 5 with one and then 2 with the other 2?
Correct.
Okay. So you had like a wife type deal at one point. How old is the one that's above her? That's above Diamond. How old is that child?
Uh, 12.
12. Okay, so it was many years in between. It's a big enough gap in between your last child with your ex, your long-term ex, and Diamond. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, just trying to get an idea of what the atmosphere is, if there was any kind of cross tension or anything like that. Okay,
Right.
so what's going on, man? This guy's got your daughter, man. Why are you not handling this situation and making sure that he knows to never ever say anything like that?
See, I figured the best way to handle it is try to talk to someone with common sense without, being standoffish, because that can make a person, close up and not give you the type of information that you want. So I figure it's best to try to be positive and talk to someone to get as much information
Have you tried
from
that?
I've tried it.
And
you
what was the
know
result?
how you try this. You never talked to Danny.
What's Danny's phone number?
Danny, I have to look. Give him Danny's phone number.
I don't have his phone number.
I have his phone number in my phone, but his name is Danny Mosby, and
Give me
he's
his give me his phone number. I'm calling him right now.
look in your phone.
I don't even have his dad's number.
I gave you his number before too.
No, he didn't. I'm pretty sure he did. He gave me his dad.
Let me see. You hear me still?
I can still hear you.
Um. mm, Yeah, cause he trying to give me the impression that he's scared of him. Like this, like he has. I saw him. He trying to let Danny punk him on too many occasions to the point he just does stuff because he felt like Sean just something to play with. Um, that's how I feel about it. Cause he like nobody. His number is. Let me see. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. His number is 314
Okay.
320-0757.
Okay, come on back on the video.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Okay.
314300757 is not available.
All right. So he didn't pick up. But and go ahead and see if you can set the phone back up the way it was, so I can make sure I talk to Shine as well. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and get it. Yep. All right. Is this your first daughter, Shine?
No, it's not.
How many daughters do you have?
3.
3. So I'm gonna tell you, man, one man to another. If anybody were to ever send me a message like that about my daughter, either one of them, I have 2, 13 and 15 years old. If he were to send me a message like that and he has custody of my daughter, there's no more kind words to say. There's no more kind words. Is Missouri an open carry state?
I'm not sure.
All right, hold on, guys. Hold on real quick. Okay, so
Missouri is an open carry state. I
said
carry
I
out
don't
of
know.
town. Yeah, it is, because I carry.
okay, because here's the thing. I'm not advocating for violence or anything like that. Okay, but you cannot let people play with you in that way, and you certainly can't let people threaten those type of threats on your baby girl. That to me is unacceptable. This is you created this baby girl, and you are in charge of protecting and providing for her. If you are comfortable with another grown man saying that your daughter will have a dick in her mouth and that she will be a prostitute, we're going to have another conversation, man, because that's not okay. It's not okay. So, all right, hold on one second, guys. So the free Zoom calls only last 30 minutes. So I'm going to have to set up another meeting and send you a new link, okay? So we're gonna clip this right here, and I'm going to resend the link, okay?
Okay.
All right.